Brian, I'll have you know that my faith in human nature has been shaken to the core, to the bone. My faith in people, the goodness of people, the morality of people.
You found out about Hotchkiss, that he hasn't invented a goddamn thing?
Oh, now come on. Now you
finally figured it out, huh?
You take every opportunity to try to slander Hotchkiss, who's done nothing but help you with all the upgrades he's made over here.
Oh yeah.
And you're jealous of the concepts that he's invented here on the internet, like the email blast and the sale and all that type of thing.
You leave out the seps, just the cons.
Well, but never, it's not even about Hotchkiss. Here's what, part of this is Hotchkiss, actually, but it's not even, he wasn't a perpetrator. He was the whistleblower. Because, I'm a celebrity. This is common knowledge. I am a celebrity of some description, which is people in certain circles know who I am, right? So that qualifies you these days to be a celebrity. And I get fan mail. And I've read some many times on the air, and I've thanked people for things they've sent me. I get fan mail, right? This has been acknowledged. But I won't even say every so often, generally, once a week or so, you get a card or you get an envelope from somebody. And usually it's a kid, or it's a guy who says he's collecting autographs for his kid, or it's somebody that is probably an adult, but you can tell by the communication and or the request that they probably spend a lot of time. They may be the homebound, the sick and the shut-ins. Will you please sign my picture? Will you please sign my trading card? And they put in the obligatory self-addressed stamped envelope. And yes, you might say, well, you sell these things, Jim, on your website, which I do. But the autographs and such. But I try to be kind to the fans. I think back to the old days. If Christine Jarrett had caught me 40 years ago trying to charge one of the fans for an autograph, why, she would have given me the grip and then whooped me. Because you didn't do that stuff back then. That was too mercenary. The promoters were the ones that got to steal all the fans' money. But anyway, well, so every so often you get the request, will you please sign my card, self-addressed stamped envelope. Every once in a while, if it's like a 8x10 or something important to people, they do put in a gratuity, which in addition to the self-addressed stamped envelope, with things being the way they are these days, that's nice and appreciated. But I noticed a couple of screwy things here recently that made me start to suspectify some people's motives. Now, one of them was because you can tell sometimes people, they're not really making an effort. It looks like they just send this out to whoever the fuck they can get an address on and see what comes back to them. Because the letter that was typed, not handwritten, but typed, Brian, began, "Dear Mr. Cornette" at the top, right? And in the first line said, "Hi, Conan. It's so great to be writing you."
What?
Yes.
Conan.
The Conan. The dumb shit forgot his cut and paste or whatever the fuck was going on with that. So I was like, yeah, fuck you. You can't have it. I should have wrote Conan and sent it back to him, but I said, no, fuck you. But then recently I've noticed it seemed like that there was a guy, this one town in New York. I won't mention this guy's name. I'm fixed to talk about him for a minute. I won't mention his name, but Mineola, New York, I'm looking at you, motherfucker.
That's on the island.
Well, wherever it may be underwater by the time I get finished. I've seen this guy. He sent me a couple trading cards, right, to sign. And it seemed like I've seen this guy's name before, or I've recognized that town or whatever. Seems like he sent me a few things, right? I've started thinking of that. Anyway, point I'm getting to is Hotchkiss saves the day Because I've been going through the vault because I told you about the spring sale at JimCornette.com. A place you can trust, a fine business reputation with legitimate merchandise. But for the spring sale, we've been going through, we're to now that, again, Hotchkiss has fixed my website up with the inventory feature where it actually works and I don't have to just cut it off when I'm eyeballing it. I've got 3 of something laying around or 6 of something laying around. I had some boxes from when I used to do Fan Fest. We're getting that. We're trying to do a little spring cleaning and give the people some opportunity to buy some merchandise I even haven't had for sale for a while or haven't put up for sale yet. Some of the vintage magazines, things like that. And because this is one of a kind stuff or limited stuff, or I found some of the trading cards from the WWF and TNA, but maybe I've only got 10 of one or whatever. Hotchkiss was doing a little looking up on the interwebs as to what these things might be going for in today's environment. And this motherfucker in Mineola, New York, that's been sending me cards at like 2 at a time for apparently for a little while, in a self-addressed stamped envelope. Oh, thank you, Jim, for signing, big fan of yours. Is selling this shit on eBay for hundreds of dollars.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Now, nobody's buying it. Not for hundreds of days. You know where it says, so-and-so watching or so-and-so bids or whatever. No, you can tell people are going, fuck you for hundreds of dollars, but he's trying it. So I just got a little envelope from him coincidentally the other day, and he's going to get a letter back from me here. If he doesn't hear this, if he's not listening to the show weekly, he's going to be surprised when he gets a letter back from me. But can you buy hundreds of dollars? And then he's going to put it on
eBay, and then he's going to sell the letter on eBay.
Oh, well, and then in that case, then I can fucking write him another one and we can continue to play. Well, now that would make him rich, wouldn't it? All right, the motherfucker's going to I'm going to write the letter on flash paper. And then as soon as he reads it, I'm going to have somebody touch it off and it'll be anyway. But nevertheless, keep trying to fuck the cult of Cornette or the general public, just anybody stupid enough to pay hundreds of dollars for a trading card with my just generic autograph on it, when it will shortly be available at JimCornette.com for a fraction of that price. See there?
Yeah, fuck you, Mineola.
Fuck you, Mineola. No, we're going to have some cool stuff that I've found and some old publicity pictures from the WWF from 93, the first photo session I had. Some of the black and white glossies they used to send out. I've got a stack of like 50 of those that I've had for 30 years, things like that. So we're going to have that up in a few weeks, and some old magazines back from me before I was born, such as when people still counted in Roman numerals. But we're not going to be selling any trading cards for hundreds of dollars because we don't want to molest the public the way that Mineola does. Good heavens. Can you believe that? Take real. It so now. And by the way, he's also officially getting credit because now I don't care about 8 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy, whoever writes me, some poor needy child saying, Jim, can you get me out of this locked basement I'm trapped in? Otherwise, can you sign my card? Fuck them too. I ain't signing for anybody.
What did he say in the letter in the thing he just sent you?
Well, it's just always a little, hey, Jim, love your show or love your podcast or whatever. You please sign my card. There's some generic.
No reference to like, hey, you may have noticed my name many, many times before.
And no, he, apparently just thought that because really it's not a memorable name and he wasn't a memorable person until I found out he was selling shit that I was sending him for hundreds of dollars. I thought he was some poor fucking fan with a goddamn OCD and somewhere in dipshit New York. And he liked to collect autographs through the mail. See, I'm trying to be nice to people, but no more of that now. Tell your children, ladies and gentlemen, that Jim Cornette will no longer respond to their fan mail and send them autographs that they otherwise might not be able to afford or elsewise they couldn't eat lunch at school that week. And he's not doing it anymore because of fucking Mineola.
You sound like Ringo. Peace and love, peace and love. Just don't send me anything. I'll never sign it. But peace and love.
No, peace and love, but fuck Mineola. But anyway, and just now, and we have another opportunity.
And Levittown sucks too.
Oh, that prick. I'll tell you what. He had the nerve to call the police on me.
I always thought Hicksville was trash. Let's just rip all of Long Island.
Well, up one side and down the other. If I knew where any of it else was, I would rip it too. But I'll take your word for where all the rest of it is.
All right.
But nevertheless, we have an opportunity now for people to join in on fine merchandise of the show with much less expense to them and much less shame. They go into these black market. But I even saw a couple of the autographed things of me. Hotchkiss again showed me this shit. A couple of them, it was not even my autograph.
There's fake Jim Cornette autographs out there?
There's one that I don't know how the fuck it was signed in let's say in a fashion, in a place, in a fashion, in a whatever that I've never done in my life.
Right across your face?
Right across my face.
I just saw that on eBay. I was like, Jim would never do that. What is that one? Wow.
Yes. So, folks, again, JimCornette.com for your autographed merchandise, because then it's coming from the horse's ass himself. And or, Brian, the new show T-shirts that we got going on now, where the people can revel in their drive-through fandom and or just proclaim their corniness to the world is at Arcadian and powered by Shopify.
That's right. Powered by Shopify. Powered also by Travis Heckle. Some of his great artwork is currently out there. More coming. And of course, Corny YouTube. Lots of people have been wanting different things with the corny art from the YouTube channel, the Drive-Thru. Now we're going to bring it to you. Powered by Shopify. Available at ArcadianVanguard.com. Available on the Shop app. Or go to YouTube. Any of our videos, you'll see the links to the shirts right underneath, and more than shirts are to come. This is the worst bit of grammar.
That is an unwieldy way to say more than shirts are to come, ladies and gentlemen. Well, yes, we may. Yes. We are looking into bikini underwear and spandex support hose.
More than shirts, there will be. That's what I meant to
say. There will be them there. And then people will say, lo, there they became.
I'm excited about all that. And again, check it out, ArcadianVanguard.com, or look for Jim Cornette's Drive-Thru shirts on Shop or wherever. But the real thing I'm excited about is the new Jim Cornette autograph authentication program we're going to set up, where people can have you say that is indeed my autograph.
And or in the other direction, no, that's bullshit. Have I come to the point in my life, Brian, where I'm so successful that people now have tried to sell fake Jim Cornette autographs? That's an industry that's blooming.
Makes you wonder what else is out there. Are there fake Jim Cornette tennis rackets on the collector's market?
Well, it depends. You'd have to have a DNA test done on some of the blood drops. I did actually sell one of my legitimate ring-used tennis rackets here at a fan fest. It's been years ago now, because I haven't done one in 5 or 6 years or whatever, where I could say that was indeed Ricky Morton's blood right there. And the guy, oh, good. He was going to clone a new Ricky Morton. I don't know.